Yes, am I audible now? Yes, I see that there was no sound previously. Hi, Mohammed Bilal and Tanmoy Dev Roy. Can you all hear me now? Just confirm it once. After that, we shall start with the class. I hope it is okay now. Yes. Okay. Yes, says Tanmoy now. Bilal, if you can also confirm. I hope I'm audible now. Yes. Okay, that's great. So let me just repeat. I was saying that when I talk about CAT 2024, so this session is primarily for those people who are preparing for CAT 2024 because 2023 is round the corner now. On this Sunday, we have the exam. Of course, at this stage, we can't talk about the basics of DILR, right? So here we are only talking about the people who are preparing for CAT 2024. Many of you must have started your preparation recently or might have started a bit earlier as well because in a CAT exam, earlier you start, better it is, right? I know that I have already taken 3 4 batches here for CAT 2024 people, and many of them have started as early in April or March of 2023 for CAT 2024, right? Does that make sense? Yes, for many of us it does make sense. Some of you, some of the people I have seen on YouTube and all, they say that no, it's not needed to prepare for CAT for more than 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. But I would say that depends from person to person. For some people, even 1 month might be sufficient. For some people, it might take 14, 15 months as well. For example, if I talk about myself, right? I came from a background where I never spoke English in my life, right? I was never good in English. So mathematics was okay for me, but not English. Plus, LRDI is something that I had never studied before. Of course, in that case, to prepare your verbal ability skills, plus to prepare your communication skills as well, it takes a longer time. Those things cannot be improved by reading something or just by going through some syllabus or something. You have to have a good practice for that, so that takes some time, of course. Okay, so therefore I am just talking about DLR now. If you have started now, good enough. You are not late. Even for next 1 or 2 months, you might not be late. So for basics of DLR, we are going to discuss, where I'm discussing about what all is about DILR section in CAT and what kind of questions do we have, what is the syllabus that we have to go through. That's what I'm going to discuss in our today's class. I'm going to write this year, this Sunday. Okay, Mohammed Bilal. So you might write there. So if you are preparing for CAT 2024 as well, then this session might be useful for you. If you are only going to write CAT 2023, not after that, then it might not be of much use to you. Okay. चलिए जी. I think I can move ahead from here. So first of all, of course, this is important to know that what is the paper pattern and how many questions are there in the DILR section. So till now we just have the data of CAT 2022. Let me tell you, CAT authorities do not tell you beforehand that how many questions are going to be there in your sections or in your exam. For example, CAT 2023 is on this Sunday, but still now we do not know how many questions are going to be there in CAT 2023, right? So of course that's an important point. So when I talk about CAT 2022, we had 20 questions in this data interpretation and logical reasoning, as you can see over here, out of which 14 questions were MCQs. MCQs are multiple choice questions. 6 questions were TETA. TETA is type in the answer. It is type in the answer. In these questions, there is no negative marking, whereas there is a negative marking in these questions. So for every right answer, you get +3. For wrong answer, you get -1. Unattempted ka, you get 0. There were a total of 40 minutes. That was the structure for CAT 2022. And exactly the same structure was there for CAT 2021 as well, whereas 2020 CAT had 24 questions of DILR. Everything else was the same. Even the time limit was the same. Now in CAT 2023, we already know that there are going to be 40 minutes for the section. We already know that the scoring pattern would be +3 -1 for theta. There would be no negative marking. But currently we do not know how many questions are going to be there. So there are good chances that the questions are going to be like 20 only, the way they have been in the last 2 years. So there are very good chances, but of course things would be more clear to us once the exam is conducted on this Sunday. On Monday, we can tell you much better than that about it. Okay. Now, when I talk about the breakup of questions, how have been the questions in the last few years? So, though 2022 and 2021, they both had 20 questions, but 2022 had 4 sets of 5 questions each, whereas 2021 had 2 sets of 4 questions each and 2 sets of 6 questions each. Whereas 2020, when there were 24 questions, there were 3 sets of 4 questions each and 2 sets of 6 questions each. And before that, in 2019, when it was of 60 minutes, we had 8 sets of 4 questions each. When I talk about the difficulty level of DILR has always been around moderate to difficult in all these years. The last time when was an easier LRDI section was there, I actually do not remember, though I appear for CAT every year, but I don't remember that now, because generally DILR is on the slightly difficult side only. थोड़ा सा moderate से ऊपर ही रहता है. And in all these years, at what score you had a 99 percentile, that also you can see over here. In last year 2022, at 29 marks, that means 10 questions would have given you a 99 percentile. Last to last year, 11 questions would have given you 99 percentile. A year before that, when there were more questions, once again around 11.3 questions would have given you 99 percentile. And before that, when it was 60 minutes, a total of around 18 questions would have given you a 99 percentile. So 99 percentile has always been around these. The number of sitters, that means very easy questions, were 3 to 4 last year when it was slightly on the difficult side. उससे पिछले साल there was a little more than that sitters. उससे पिछले साल थोड़े से और ज्यादा क्योंकि वहां तो number of questions also increased. But more or less you can say it has always been above moderate, and more or less you can say approximately half of the section, right? Approximately half of the section can take you to a 99 percentile in DILR. Sir, I've completed my topics is games and tournaments, arrangements, caselets. Okay, that's good. And these are important topics as well, Mohammed Bilal, which you have written over here. So that has been the breakup of questions in the last few years. Now, when I talk about the type of questions, right? What type of questions have been there? So conventional LR is basically logical reasoning. I mean, you have arrangement based questions, you have metrics and grid based questions, you have Venn diagram based questions, you have games and tournaments based questions. These all would come under LR. When I talk about data interpretation, you can say it is tables, it is pie charts, it is line graph, radar graph, spider web graph. That is conventional DI. And you will see conventional DI based questions, though they have been less, but they have always been the easiest in the DI section, LRDI section. DI based questions have always been the easiest, whereas LR based questions have been either moderate or difficult in all these years. Now, some miscellaneous types are also there where you actually cannot categorize the set into LR or DI. It uses a little bit of DI as well sometimes, it uses a little bit of LR as well sometimes. So such kind of sets also have been moderate or difficult sometimes, though we also have some easy questions. But there is a very important takeaway on this slide that in last 4 years, the easy sets always have been from the DI section. LR has been moderately difficult, but DI has always been easy, which is a very important topic for all of us. Now, at what score, what percentile do we get? As I just talked about the 99 percentile on the slide before that, it has always been approximately half of the total section. A 95 percentile has always been approximately 1/3 of the total. 60 marks LRDI, approximately 1/3 will take you to 95 percentile. 60 marks, and it is a little bit more than 1/3. I can say approximately 40% here. Here it was 33.33%. Here it was of 72 marks. Out of 72 at 25, which is again approximately 1/3. Here it was of 96 marks, and approximately once again I can say around 40% would have taken you to 95 percentile. So 95 percentile has always been around 35 to 40% of the total section, whereas a 90 percentile has been approximately 1/4 of the total. An 80 percentile has always been approximately 1/6 of the total. So that has been the story of LRDI section. This table is telling you at what score, what kind of percentile you could have expected in the last 4 years. So even if you are preparing for CAT 2023, you are appearing for CAT 2023, this table is something that you must look at, right? There are people who might be feeling that I'm not very comfortable with LRDI, not confident, I'm not very good in LRDI. For those people as well, I would say, okay, even if you're not very good at it, target at least 90 percentile. And that 90 percentile last year was there at 1/4 of LRDI. Last to last year, it was at 1/3 of LRDI. Before that, it has always been between 1/4 and 1/3 only. That means by doing 1/3 of the LRDI section. So this year, if there are 20 questions, right? If there are 20 questions, by doing 6 to 7 questions correct, you can almost say that, okay, I have gone past 90 percentile. I can safely presume that, unless and until something very different happens. Suddenly, LRDI is so easy in your paper or extremely difficult. But if it has been like those of last 4 or 5 years, the moment you cross 1/3 of the section, you are definitely above 90 percentile, maybe above 95 percentile as well. For example, you can see last year, a person who would have done 7 questions would have been above 95 percentile. So according to this, you can decide that, okay, what is my target score? How much should I score? How many questions I should be targeting? And all those things would become clear to you by this slide. Okay. Now, moving ahead, what is the syllabus that we have to cover? I talked about two things. One is LR, the other one was DI. And I also said there are some miscellaneous topics as well. Okay. Now, so what all topics they have asked in the past? Missing data, right? Where a table is given, some of the figures are missing, some of the figures are given. He asked you to fill up the table. Arrangement based questions, sitting arrangement, linear arrangement, circular arrangement, rectangular arrangement, those kind of questions. Venn diagram is basically set theory. Games and tournaments, sometimes questions have been based upon tennis tournament, round robin tournament, and there are good chances this year also you might have questions on games and tournaments. CAT has always a knack of asking questions on recent happenings. So because the World Cup was there are very good chances this year they are going to ask you a question on games and tournaments which is based upon World Cup itself. So what kind of set are they going to make? Currently we do not know, but it can definitely be around these lines only, that there are 10 teams who are playing a World Cup. Every team is going to play against every other team once. Then there would be top 4 teams going for the semi-final and then final. How many matches a team must win to reach into the semi-finals for sure? Something like this. There is a good possibility, right? Selections and grouping based questions, grid formation based questions, networks, binary logic cubes. There are many types on which they have asked questions, but not the type that many people actually, had a misconception that CAT would be asking you questions on directions or blood relations or coding, decoding. No, those are the SSC kind of topics which CAT would not be asking you. So those questions you might find in SSC or bank PO, or you can find them in UPSC CSAT, but not here in CAT. In DI, we have bar graph, pie chart, line graph, spider web graph, triangle graph, scatter graph, caselets and combo graphs. Now, what are these scatter graphs and spider graphs and Gantt chart and all that? So, of course, you can see all of them once you start preparing for it. In the previous years of CAT, these all types have appeared. When you are going through your, of course, the normal course of studies, through that you will see that, okay, these are called the line graph, pie chart, and this is how do we deal with them. That's all would be discussed in the classes. And what should we do? All CAT questions from 2017 in all slots, they are available to you. Actually, before that, the papers were not available. So 2017 up till 2023 would all be available to you. So they all are authentic questions. Of course, you also have all the CAT papers till CAT 2008 as well. So from 8 and before, or 17 and above, all authentic papers are available with us. The years before that, between them, so we just have memory based questions. CAT did not give us the question paper for all those years. तो उसके बारे में हम ज्यादा नहीं कह पाएंगे कि भैया वो actually सही है कि नहीं. So more the applicants, lesser the marks will fetch 99 percentile. No, Anisha, it should be the opposite. If more is the number of applicants, right? In that case, there might be a possibility that the cutoffs go a little high as well, right? That's also a possibility. We can't say at this stage कि क्या होने वाला है. वो बहुत सारी चीजों पे डिपेंड करता है निशा. इस पे भी डिपेंड करेगा that आई मीन पेपर डिफिकल्ट है कि पेपर इजी है, वो उस पर भी डिपेंड करने वाला है, राइट। तो काफी सारी चीजें, अगर सिमिलर पेपर होगा, इफ अ सिमिलर पेपर इज देयर, so I mean just like cat 2022, in that case, when I talk about a percentile means at a particular score, how many people are there above that particular score, right? So that's what percentile we mean. The percentage of people who are below you. So if last year a person having score of 20 had a 99 percentile, this year is it going to be above 20 or below 20? See, the simple point is more number of applicants means more number of people at specific scores as well. So if last year there were 1% of people scoring more than 20, this year also there would be, I mean, going by the random database, I would say that this year also there would be 1% of people going above 20, right? लोग ज्यादा हैं तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं वो ज्यादा लोग हमेशा कम ही स्कोर करेंगे, उनमें से फिर ऊपर स्कोर करने वाले भी उतने ही होंगे, नीचे स्कोर करने वाले भी उतने ही होंगे, बीच में करने वाले भी उतने ही होंगे. आई डोंट थिंक इट विल मेक मच ऑफ डिफरेंस. Now, topic wise, how many sets have been there in the past 6 years? That's what I'm going to discuss here. And you will see the maximum number of sets have appeared from reasoning based DI. The second largest number of sets have appeared from matrix and grid, matrix arrangement and Venn diagram. And 6 sets have appeared from scheduling and matrix. 6 have appeared from unconventional hybrid games and tournaments. And therefore, I said that these are some of the important areas for us. After that, of course, we have lot many other things as well. Mathematical AR, order ranking, missing data, arithmetic slet. और अभी भी ये complete नहीं हुआ है. We had so many types. Even after that, we have miscellaneous having 11 sets. So LRDI, as I said initially, it's not a topic which you can bound in a particular syllabus. You can't say that, okay, these are the 20 topics from which it will be asked. So even after making all these types, we see the largest type is miscellaneous, because in LR, they can ask you anything under the sun which requires reasoning. ठीक है, जहां रीजनिंग की जरूरत पड़ेगी वो आपसे कुछ भी पूछ सकते हैं. यू कैन नेवर एक्सपेक्ट व्हाट काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस आर गोइंग टू कम, बट यस, व्हाट कैन वी डू? वी कैन जस्ट डू अ लॉट ऑफ प्रैक्टिस ऑफ ऑल डिफरेंट टाइप्स. ऐसा नहीं हो सकता दैट देयर आर 4 सेट्स, ऑल 4 सेट्स आर ऑफ अ टाइप व्हिच वी हैव नेवर हर्ड ऑफ. मैक्सिमम 2 वुड बी देयर. ठीक है, 1 तो हमेशा होता है, मैक्सिमम 2, बट कम से कम 2 सेट ऐसे जरूर होंगे which you would have heard of. I mean, they would be either from DI, some kind of chart which you would have studied before, वेन डायग्राम जिसका मुझे पता है कैसे सॉल्व करते हैं, अरेंजमेंट बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस और द अदर टाइप्स. कम से कम कुछ तो ऐसा आएगा विच आई मस्ट हैव heard of before. So that's what all other types are there in the LRDI section. Okay, when I talk about the difficulty level, according to that, we see that out of all 75 sets in the last few years, we have seen approximately 44 sets have been easy or moderate. That is a well 60% of overall. Approximately 60% of total sets have been easy or moderate. Easy या moderate रहे हैं, तकरीबन तकरीबन 60%. ठीक है, and approximately 66% of the section has been made up by matrix, reasoning based DI, Venn diagram, unconventional games and tournaments. They all make approximately 60% or 66% of the CAT DILR section. ठीक है, that has been the difficulty level of the questions in the past few years. अब ये भी स्लाइड आपके लिए जरूरी ये है, इसलिए है, दिस टेल्स यू that just by doing easy and moderate questions you could have fetched 60% in LRDI section. और अभी हमने देखा कि हमारा 99 परसेंटाइल कितने पे आ रहा था. The 99 percentile was there at somewhere around 50%, which tells me that even if I just do easy and moderate questions, I can easily get up to 99 percentile in my LRDI section. आराम से हम वहां तक पहुंच सकते हैं just by doing the easy and moderate question, and this is just, I mean, a testimony to that. I hope you all have understood now, and now we will have a look at the kind of questions that have appeared in LRD in the past few years. Here is a set which we are going to discuss together. Please read it once. After that, we will be doing it together. I'm giving you 2 minutes to just read this portion on your screen. It's an actual LRDI set from one of the previous years of CAT. So please read it once. Okay, I'm sure you all have read it now. What does it say? Let's read it together. Healthy Bites is a fast food joint serving three items: burgers, fries, and ice cream. It has two employees, Anish and Bani, who prepare the items ordered by the clients. Preparation time is 10 minutes for a burger and 2 minutes for an order of ice cream. Okay. So he say that the three items only: burgers, fries, and ice cream. It has two employees, Anish and Bani, who prepare the items ordered by the clients, and preparation time is 10 minutes for a burger, 2 minutes for an ice cream. An employee can prepare only one of these two items at a time. The fries are prepared in an automatic fryer which can prepare up to 3 portions of fries at a time and takes 5 minutes irrespective of the number of portions. So whether you have to fry one portion or two or three, it will take 5 minutes, right? And it can fry up to 3 portions. The fryer does not need an employee to constantly attend to it, and we can ignore the time taken by an employee to start and stop the fryer. Okay, it does not need any employee to constantly attend. I mean, you just put it there in the fryer, and after that you can just keep working on your work, whatever you are doing. Thus, an employee can be engaged in preparing other items while the frying is on. However, fries cannot be prepared in anticipation of future orders. What does that mean? That means you can't prepare fries beforehand. That okay, after some time clients might come and they might ask for fries, so let's make them beforehand. You can't do that. You can't, prepare them beforehand in anticipation of order. What next? Healthy Bites wishes to serve the orders as early as possible. जैसे ही बन जाता है दे देते हैं. The individual items in any order are served as and when ready. The moment the item is ready, they give them. However, the order is considered to be completely served only when all the items of that order are served. So that means, let's say I ask for three things. I ask for a burger, an ice cream, and a fry. Okay? So what would they do? In 2 minutes, an ice cream would be ready. They'll give me the ice cream. In another 3 minutes, that means total 5 minutes, fries would be ready. They'll give me the fries as well. But it'll take another 5 minutes, that means total 10 minutes to ultimately give me the burger. So when the last item of my order is given to me, at that moment I would say that now the order has been completed. Though I got the items before that as well, but the item order would be completed at that point only. That's what he's saying here. What next? The table below gives the orders of three clients and the times at which they placed their orders. So the first order came at 10 o'clock, right? It was for one burger, three fries, and one order of ice cream. Second order came at 10:05, two fries and one order of ice cream. And third order came at 10:07, which was again for one burger and one portion of fries. Assume that only one client's order can be processed at any given point of time. So, if one client's order is being processed, only his order would be processed. No other can be prepared. So, Anish and Bani cannot start preparing a new order while a previous order is being prepared. So, there is a possibility. For example, the first order came at 10 o'clock. The order was for a burger, ice cream, and 3 portions of rice. So, let us say Anish started making a burger. It will take him 10 minutes. Bani started making an ice cream. It will take her 2 minutes. Bani made that ice cream, gave to the customer. But his order is still being prepared because his order would be completed when even the burger would be served, which is at 10:10. But the next order came at 10:05 and Bani is not doing anything. Bani is idle at that point. But question says that at this moment, Bani cannot start preparing this new order because Anish is still working on the previous order. Though she is sitting idle, but she will not be working on that. That's what he's saying here in this statement. Okay. Let's start looking at the kind of questions that were asked. At what time is the order placed by client 1 completely served? So this is client 1. Client 1 gave an order at 10 o'clock. A burger will take 10 minutes. That means the burger would be served at 10:10. 3 portions of fries would be served at 10:05 because fries will take 5 minutes. And ice cream would take 2 minutes, so ice cream would be served at 10:02. But an order is considered to be served when all items of that order are served. So all the items will be served finally at 10:10. So that means the order placed by client 1 would be completely served at 10:10. So B option is the right answer for us. That's how the first question is. I'm sure that you can see how easy the question is. Of course, I've taken an easy set of LRDI. I have not taken even a moderate set. An easy set I have taken. The purpose is just to give you an idea that, okay, what is actually LR? What kind of questions do appear in LR? And when I say miscellaneous, what do we mean by miscellaneous? Ultimately, क्या check करना चाहते हैं? That all is mentioned over here. And I see Anuj has already answered before I gave the answer for this question. He has given the answer as 10:10, which is correct as well. Very good, Anuj. I'll move on to the second question now. Second question की तरफ देखते हैं. He says, assume that only one client's order can be processed at any given point of time. So Anish and Bani cannot start preparing a new order while a previous order is being prepared. This was already given to us. He says this still holds true. At what time is order placed by client 3 completely served? Okay. See, client 1's order would be served at 10:10. We just discussed that these two would be served, but an order would be served at 10:10. At 10:10, they will start working on the order of client number 2. So the fries will take another 5 minutes, that is 10:15. The ice cream will take just 2 more minutes, so that means at 10:12. So the second customer will get his ice cream at 10:12 and fries at 10:15. So his order will be served at 10:15 only. So at 10:15, you can say that, okay, second client's order has been served. Okay, second client's order has been served. At that very moment, we start preparing for the third client. His burger will take 10 more minutes, that means at 10:25. His fries will take 5 more minutes, that means at 10:20. But an order would be considered served when all items of that particular order are served. So for the third client, the order would be served at 10:25. C option is the answer. Samson and Anuj, you both said 10:17. Probably other people also would have got 10:17. You are assuming that at 10:07 it came. At 10:07 a burger is made in 10 minutes. So 10:17 is the answer. So why 10:25? Because the question clearly said, till the time an order is being prepared, you cannot start working on the next order. So client 3 gave an order at 10:07, but at that very moment they were busy in preparing the order for client number 1. Right? So they can't straight away start working on client 3's order at that point. I hope you understand my point here. Till the time they're working on another client's order, they cannot start working on the next client's order. So it came at 10:07, but they can't start working at 10:07. It will take them more time to start working on it. So they start working at 10:15 and at 10:25 it will be served. That was question number 2. I will move ahead now to question number 3. Suppose the employees are allowed to process multiple orders at a time. Now he has allowed it, that they can process multiple orders at a time, but the preference will be given to finish order of the clients who place their orders earlier. I mean, one person cannot do this. That start working on client 3's order, but client 2's order is still pending. That cannot be done. I mean, preference must be given to the person who gave his order earlier. At what time is the order placed by client 2 completely served? Client 1's order, his burger would be served at 10:10, his fries would be served at 10:05, his ice cream would be served at 10:02. The moment ice cream is served, this person is free. Let us say Anish is working on burger, Bani was working on ice cream. So at 10:02, Bani is free now. But the second order came at 10:05. At 10:05, the order came. So now Bani can start working on his order. So one order of ice cream will take another 2 minutes. That means at 10:07. But these fries will take 5 more minutes. The fryer got free at 10:05. Another 5 minutes will take 10 more minutes. That means at 10:10, the second client's order will be served. So my answer is option A again here. Right? Answer is option A. Because client 1's order will also be served at 10:10. But the point is Bani got free at 10:02. Because Bani was free, the moment the second order came, she started working on that order. And that was just 2 minutes for ice cream, 5 minutes for fries. So by 10:10, both the things of client number 2 have been served. So my answer is 10:10 for this question number 3. And what about the last question, which is a little lengthy? Suppose the employees are allowed to process multiple orders at a time. Once again, he's saying they can work on multiple orders. but the preference would be given to finish order clients who were raised earlier. Also assume that the fourth client came in at 10:35. Between 10 and 10:30, for how many minutes is exactly one of the employees idle? Exactly one of the employees. For how long it happened that exactly one of the employees was idle? That means exactly one was working and exactly one was idle. So what will happen? Anish and Bani. Can I say Anish will start working on an order of this burger at 10:10 and he will keep on working till 10:10. Bani will start working on an order at 10 for this ice cream and Bani would be free at 10:02. So 10 to 10:02 Bani was working, 10 to 10:10 Anish was working. Bani got another order at 10:05. So Bani will start working on ice cream now. At 10:05, Bani would again start working on ice cream. And Bani would make that ice cream by 10:07. Once again, she is free. She will work from 10:05 to 10:07. At 10:07, then another order came for a burger and a portion of fries. So Bani would start working on the burger straight away at 10:07. And till 10:17, she would be making the burger. I hope this is clear to all. Question is for how many minutes exactly one of them was idle? That's what the question is asking you. So can I say from 10 to 10:02, they both were working, right? Anish and Bani, they both were working from 10 to 10:02. I hope this is okay. From 10 to 10:02, they both were working. I'm sorry, I don't know what is happening. Oh, just a second, guys. Hanji. From 10 to 10:02, both A and B were working. But then from 10:02 to 10:05, only Anish was working. Bani was free. Bani was not doing here anything from 10:02 to 10:05. So only Anish was working from 10:02 to 10:05. After that, what is this happening? Yes. After that, from 10:05 to 10:07, 10:17 and every day, then Bani is working. So 10:05 to 10:10, can I say Anish and Bani both were working? But then from 10:10 to 10:17, only Bani was working. And after that, none of them was working. 10 to 10:02, they both were working. 10:02 to 10:05, Anish was working, Bani was free. 10:05 to 10:10, both were working. But 10:10 to 10:17, I see that only Bani was working, Anish was free. After that, both were free. For how many minutes exactly one of them was idle? For 3 minutes here, only Anish was working. For 7 minutes here, only Bani was working. So for 10 minutes, exactly one of the two was idle and the other one was working. So my answer for this question is 10. This happened for 10 minutes. Now in this set, you would have seen, this is a common feature of LRDI, that when you do a particular set of LRDI, it's not necessary that you have to do all the questions. Sometimes you might not be able to do, as you can see here. First three questions were very easy, but seventh was a little lengthy. At this stage, we also, I've been advised this to all our students, that leave the question which is extremely lengthy. Your purpose is just to find out the easier ones and do them. And that's what you have to do. That's what we actually do in these exams to score better. Okay. I'm sure you have understood my point, guys. So if you have understood everything, please do press the like button as well. And if you have any questions, you can always put it in the comment section. I'll answer it there. Sir, is it possible to get a chance in VGSOM IIT Kharagpur without work experience but with a good academic profile? Deepan, I don't currently remember the exact eligibility criteria of IIT Kharagpur, whether they are just taking the people with work experience or not. But if the eligibility criteria is taking people with without work experience as well, it is definitely possible. There is no doubt about it. Now, if any one of you have started preparing for CAT 2024, if you want to prepare for it, you have a brilliant, offer from our side currently. You can just go to our website and you can put their mobile number. You can start a 3-day free trial access. Through that, you can just get to know our pedagogy, our videos, the content that we provide you, the kind of classes that we provide you. For 3 days, you will have a virtual tour of our complete app. And after that, you can take a decision of joining us for your 2024 preparation. Also, if you're looking for a test series, we are here with all of you. These are our brilliant results from our last year's classroom program. The top 5 percentiles that you can see on the screen, of course, 99.4, 6, 7, 9. These are kind of percentiles which are dream percentile for many of us, and there are many more people who scored this. You can also score this if you join us for our comprehensive program. Now, for people from CAT 2023, tomorrow we are having an 8-year non-stop marathon. We'll be covering all our areas of quant, LRDI, verbal ability, and everything for complete 8 hours from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. You can find this on YouTube. So just follow the link. Just put a reminder on that. And for that 8 hours, be with us. I'm sure that those 8 hours is going to give you a very good preparation for your exam. Okay. Also, on the CAT day, that is 26th of November, will be there with you throughout the day at 12:30. That means the first slots analysis, at 4:30 with the second slots analysis, and at 8:30 with the combined analysis of all three. And do not forget to find our CAT score calculator and percentile predictor on our app itself, right? You just have to, put your scores over there. You'll get a percentile, predicted percentile, and we have always been very close to that. And the moment you have that, response sheet out, you can also calculate your score just by putting that your answer sheet. I'm sure you'll take a good use of it. So for CAT 2023, this is the score calculator and percentile predictor. You can just find it out on our app. Just go to the app and you'll find it there. Do not forget to use it. Also, you can get up to 90% scholarship if you are preparing with us. On 26th of November at 11 a.m. we have this scholarship test. You just have to register for that and you can score pretty well. Okay. So now you can also find us on all these media handles, and that's all from my side, guys. Thank you very much. I'm sure this session was useful for you. We'll meet again in some other session. Till then, bye-bye and please take care of yourself. Anuj कुछ कह रहे हैं? Currently I am in second year of BCom and by the time of CAT 24 I'll be third year. Then, sir, can I eligible for admission to college? If you are currently in second year of BCom and time of CAT 2024, I'll be in third year. Yes, 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 you are eligible, Anuj. That's not a problem. If you are appearing for the final year, that's also a part of your eligibility. That's not a problem. Okay, everyone, that's all from my side. Have a good day now. Bye-bye, and take care.